welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the round 16. The round 16, the second round here of this week's open tournament. And spawning in the right-hand corner of Leylines, we have our South Korean Zerg player. We have our red Zerg representing Team Falcons. It is Rogue. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the red Protoss player. We have the Team Liquid Protoss. It is SKillous. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into our ZvP. And this is going to be an interesting one. Now, Rogue, if you've been watching him as of late, you would know that he cheesed the hell out of Hero during GSL Season 2 during the semifinals. Rogue versus Hero was a very short best of 5, and Rogue just went for all in after all in after all in, and he was able to overwhelm Hero and punish Hero for some lack of scouting. That's what it came down to for the most part here. Just Hero had a really hard time scouting and recognizing what was going on and realizing how much danger he was in against Rogue. Now, not saying that that's all that Rogue can do, not at all. I do give Rogue a lot of mid-game prowess when it comes to getting into a Hydra Lurker tech. He's quite fond of it, quite fond of getting into that kind of gameplay, getting into night displays play with Hydra Lurker as well, but clearly showed us that he's more than willing to just be hyper aggressive and hyper all in. So that's what really I'm going to be looking out for here in this series, is Rogue cutting corners, cutting workers, and committing across the map. From the side of SKillous, I'm sure he was watching. I'm sure he is aware of how SKillous performed against Hero. From here, just going for a gate expand, get expanded to Cybercore, standard opener out of SKillous, and we'll see where he takes us. Go. As from here, we are just going to be settling in. Beautiful. Oh, good. Let's remember we're just going to be settling in, and we'll just get into our standard openers. Hatch gets pulled into a third base, so nothing too crazy here out of Rogue. Likewise, Skill's going for his own Stargate opener as well, so nothing crazy, nothing wild, nothing yet. Nothing yet here from our two players. Skill's going to be breaking in. Adepts threatening a shade. From here again, two Adepts taking one-shot drones. They can threaten the workers. We do see Rogue is just keeping up, and we shouldn't be seeing Skillous. Oh, I was gonna say we shouldn't see him commit. Does dive into the main base, trades against Zerglings, shouldn't get any drone kills, and Rogue will shut this down. At least he does kick in towards the end. That attempts to escape, but again should be chased down by the Zerglings. Oracle is on the way, and Skillous does at least trade against Zerglings at least, but the downside here is with losing these two Adepts, it does mean that the third base is exposed. This third base typically is defended by two Adepts. This time there are no Adepts to defend, so Lings they counterattack immediately. Oracle does hit the third, so it does hit the natural. It is going to be turned away, gets one drone kill, only one, and here come the Zerglings. Now thankfully, second Oracle arrives just in time. And just enough to defend. So clean setup here from Skillous. Meanwhile, he replaced the first two Adepts. He's in position, and that is an early Twilight Council. Okay, let's go. Early Twilight Council. This screams Glaive Adepts. Now, it could be a bit of a weird build where we go into earlier Blink, but nah, this should be Glaives here out of Skillous. Gateway Explosion as well, getting up to 4 gates already. No Forge, no upgrades. The Adepts are coming. And Rogue back at home so far. Eva Chamber, no Roach Horn. If we reach the 5-minute mark without a Roach Horn, then I do favor Skillous coming into this, as Rogue is cutting corners. This one is on the way. Oh, once again, the Devs, they do commit to the shade here. They get one, they get two, they get 3 drones. They get some economic damage here, not bad. A couple of workers do go down. Oh, meanwhile, I assumed it was going to be Glaives. No, it's going to be early Blink instead. Interesting. So 4-gate Blink here out of SKillous. Now he can turn this into a 3-base all-in. HK 3-base all-ins with Blink is something that we haven't seen in a couple of months. I'll be honest, it's been a while. Ooh, nice round. Nice round of Stalkers. Now, of course, Rogue is aware that Stalkers are being produced. There are no Adepts. So Rogue, he can commit with Zerglings. He does get a safety Roach Warren. Drew does get the Roach Warren. But ideally should be skipping any kind of Roach production. Just relying on Zerglings and Hydras. Things they try to catch up with some of the Stalkers. They will get us around. They get one. Get one. They almost get two. So have to respect those oracles. And again, you can see because Blink is being researched so quickly, SKillous is pushing. SKillous is moving out. We are Rogue going for a German taxi. Overlord speed is on the way. We're setting up for it all in. Which shouldn't be a surprise from Rogue. As you mentioned, that's what we saw during GSL, at least a lot of it. Rogue, he's just under 3-base saturation. The drop lords are coming. So it's going to be Ling, Roach, Queen, German taxi-esque all in. And so far, SKillous, he's distracted. Now, Blink will be a factor in this defense, true. Because the early Blink, I mean, it does mean that SKillous, he will have a bit of a stronger defense. But the upgrade's going to be lacking. We have Storm on the way, Charge as well, but he needs more time. Does need more time. Now, here we go. So here comes the all-in. Again, just rallying everything across. And now SKillous, he sees lack of saturation, lack of workers. We have one shield battery, one cannon. We have another cannon on the way. It's going to be a tough hold here for SKillous. It's going to be a very tough hold. Yeah, Rogue just rallying everything across the map. It's all or nothing. Pushing through in towards that third. Storm is almost done. Yeah, okay, with Storm we can hold. Oh, brutal connections. Yeah, brutal connections with the Biles. Storm is just now finishing. It's too late. This one is going to be too late here. We do storm some of these Ravagers, but Ravagers, they can tank. Yeah, they can tank the Storms, Clutch Transfuse. And Rogue has done it. Rogue, he's done it. He has broken the 3rd base. Takes down the Stalkers, collapses on the Archon as well. There are some reinforcements coming in, okay. SKillous getting on top of the Queens. Gets one. One high energy Queen as well. But there are just so many Zerglings. Yeah, just so many Zerglings here. And Rogue, he breaks through the main army, gets into the mineral line. From here, can start pushing towards the natural. SKillous desperately trying to hold on with a couple of charge lots, but there's no holding. Not anymore. Oh god, there's creep everywhere. The Nexus is contaminated. GG gets called, and Rogue, he will take game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Again, unfortunately, SKillous, he was going for his own aggressive build. If you recall, he went for a very early Twilight Council, late Forge, late Tech, faster Twilight Council, faster Blink, faster Stalker aggression. And what did he achieve with that Stalker aggression? Not much. He was able to move out across the map. He traded with Zerglings, but that's all he got, right? He just traded with the Zerglings. He wasn't able to deal any critical damage. Whereas Rogue, he was the one that was just going all in anyway. He was just committing to an all in. So he was more than happy to just trade to catch out Stalkers and to commit across the map. GG. GG, well played. It also doesn't help as well that because he was not fully aware of what's going on, we had later shield batteries, later cannons, later defensive setups at the 3rd base, and with that, Rogue did overwhelm. And now we're getting into game number 2. Getting into game 2. And we'll see if SKillous can bounce back. We'll see if he can return. So we're getting ready here for our next game. Here we go. as game 2 is going to be on Tokamak. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Tokamak, we have the South Korean Zerg player. We have the blue Zerg representing Team Falcons. It is Rogue. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the we do have the red Protoss player representing Team Liquid. It is SKillous. We go. So getting to game number 2, and we'll see how SKillous does adjust, because again, I was personally surprised to see SKillous be more aggressive and go for the earlier Twilight Council or go for the early Blink. Unfortunately, it did fall in his face. Unfortunately, with that, he wasn't quite able to achieve much damage, and kind of his aggression fell by the wayside in favor of the aggression of Rogue, of course. With Rogue, he wasn't joining to begin with anyway. He was already amassing an army. We go. Oh, hello, Nikos. ¿Qué tal? ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Bienvenidos. As we are going to be settling in. Third base is not being taken, or I should say our natural base. Forsake the unnatural natural. And we'll keep an eye out for the tech here, specifically what comes after the Stargate. Again, last game we saw the Twilight Council as the third base was being taken, so just really early Blink out of SKillous. I do not expect to see that same build again, but clearly SKillous showing us that he's willing to be a little bit more diverse with his builds and diverse with his play. Showing us he's willing to be an animal back. Yeah, let's go. So now Rogue is settling in. Tells us to saturate. Tells us to saturate. So far behind this, we have our Stargate opener out of SKillous. So far, so standard. Stargate opener into the Oracle, into a third, but really it's after that's where our attention lies. I mean, welcome to Tokamak. Tokamak is one of the more defensive maps of the map pool, so this is where we can see some more standard play, and we can, or we could just get into a longer game state. We could just see SKillous be hyper defensive here, and I would favor it. I would definitely favor SKillous if we were to go for that approach, but we'll see. We shall see. He's ready to dive. Double dive here into the main. There are no Zerglings in position. We do see drones going to be going down. Not bad. Yeah, Rogue not quite where he needs to be. So far, that was 3 drone kills. And not a bad start here for SKillous. Got into the main. Got 3 drones. Again, Rogue he had plenty of Zerglings to work with, but did miss the Adepts. And now, once again, counterattack. Now it's time to move out. Now it's time to delay the third base. Oracle moves in, gets 1, gets 2, gets 3. Gets 3 drones, does get away. At the same time, Zerglings they do hit the third. Adept trying to get in position. Do we have an Oracle in time? The answer is no. And this time it's going to be cancelled. Yeah, it's going to be denied. As I mentioned, this is the downside of losing your first 2 Adepts, is you cannot defend the third. The Oracle pops, but too little too late. Once again, fast Twilight Council. Same build? Oh, okay, SKillous. I mean, I say the same build. This is the same timing as the Twilight Council we saw previously, and if you recall, when we saw this, I was like, oh, Glaive Adepts, right? That just makes sense. Last game we saw Blink instead, so really fast Blink out of SKillous. Here, same thing, as in this could be either fast Blink or fast Glaives. Both are going to be optional here, or both are available here. SKillous throwing down gateways. 2 more gates behind this, 3 gates in total. Show us what you got. And there it is, Blink. Okay, same build 2 games in a row. Rushing into Blink, hiding his gateways, and his hope here should be to catch Rogue droning. Does Rogue drone? That's the better question. But now saturating 3 bases, does drone, does saturate. SKillous does move out. And so leads are dipping in. Oh. Keep going the bases. Rogue is keeping up. Oh, yeah, nice round. Gets one, gets both adepts. Both adepts do fall. This time Rogue, he is not going for the... Oh, he does go for the Roach one, but we're going straight into the Spire. Okay, now a couple of things here. I was going to say, if we're skipping Roaches and if we're not going for Ravagers here, then the Stalker Aggression can excel. But Rogue is going to have Mass Zergling anyway, so we'll see what skills can get done. I'm still not entirely convinced. That is a lot of Stalkers. A lot of Stalkers have amassed. And again, Rogue is droning. Rogue, he's droning, he's saturating. Rogue, he's building up towards Muta play. So Rogue is mixing it up. Here comes SKillous. Now Blink is ready earlier than normal. He's forcing the way in. Does force the defensive warp in. Stalkers, they will hit the expansion. Stasis. Oh my god. Barely baited. Stasis baited. Leagues, they collapse in. They come in for the surround. Does force to cancel. Rogue, he's holding. He is holding on. Forces double expand. And the Spire is done. Show us those mutas. Now, there are plenty of Blink Stalkers to help deal with mutas, that is true. But right now, nothing in the natural base, nothing in the main base. Either unscattered mutas, they can deal critical damage. Uh-oh. Rogue poking in. Stalkers, they do hit the natural. They hit her once again. Forcing a cancel. Not bad. There's that recall by Comb. And this is nice damage here, but again, we'll see how many losses he does sustain. I mean, if he's back home, he can focus on his defense. Like, he'll be able to react in time, respond with his Stalkers. At least he should be able to. As mutas have been building up. He's still looking for a way in. Mutas, they dive into the main. So far, oh, they do catch half the mineral line. Did I say half? Almost the entire one. Almost the entire thing. A lot of workers do go down. Phoenix production has begun. SKillous trying to keep up. At the same time, the Zerglings, they do catch a Stalker. Nothing major. Nice Blink. And SKillous is holding. He's holding. Did lose how many? Did lose 12? 12 drones. Wait, 13? 13 birds, I'm gonna say. 13 birds to go down. At the same time, Oracles, yeah, they were wreaking havoc here across the map. They do get a couple of worker kills. They do get a couple of workers. Mutas, they've done decently well. But hoping for more. And SKillous, he's holding. Yeah, this one he's holding on. Shuts down the Zerglings. Mutas, they go back in. Did you get a gas geyser? They get a pylon, they get a cannon, nothing major. Lings, they collapse in, they're going for the Stalkers. Diving the army, and Rogue, can he take this fight? This I'm not so sure about. He needs more Zerglings here. Stalkers, they hold their own. Brutal Storm. Mutas have to get the hell out of here. They have to pull away. Oh, Link's getting into the main. Uh-oh. Assembler goes down. Wow, and Rogue, he does it. Yeah, he does it. He breaks through the Stalkers. Takes down the middle line, takes down the Stalkers. Ay, ay, ay. SKillous forced all in. And Roki's racing back home. He's racing all the way back. Diving in the Archon. Oh my god. That's a lot of... Oh my, the storms are crazy. Storms, they shut down the mutas. Yeah, mutas, they all melt. The mutas melt, and SKillous, he can do this. He can pull this off. Rogue, he committed into the storms. And SKillous, I think he's done it. I say that there's no more storms. True, we're out of storms. SKillous is out of storms. Has to rely on his gateway army instead. Link's trickling in. Nah, he's got enough. He's got enough. The Stalkers, they break through. GG gets called, and SKillous, he was forced into the all-in, and happy we just send it. He does take the game, does have the series 1-1. GG. Whew, GG, well played again. Rogue, I thought it was misjudging when he attacked the third base, but no, he was fine. Like, he was able to break the third, break the middle line as well. He forced the all-in, but he did misjudge diving on the main army. He did underestimate the power of, what was it, like 3 or 4 High Templar with Mass Storm as well. Storms, they just covered the entirety of that Mutaflok, and Mutas, they just melted. Zerglings as well. GG. GG, well played. With that, SKillous does take the fight, SKillous does take the game, and now we're going to the ace match. Let's go. Going into the ace match. As we are getting into our next game. Go. We're getting to the next game. Next game we're going to be on Persephone. Okay. Next is going to be Persephone. Again, we'll see. We'll see if Rogue can bring it back. We'll see what SKillous has in store for us here. As every game so far, he's gone for this earlier Blink build. Game 1 and Game 2. Some games more aggressive than others. What does he go for this time? And spawning in the bottom, on the top left-hand corner of Persephone, we have the South Korean Zerg player. We have the Blue Zerg. And the Blue Zerg representing Team Falcons. It is Rogue. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Red Protoss player. The Red Protoss player himself representing Team Liquid. It is SKillous. We go. Now going to be settling into our game. And so far we do have our initial setup here. Just Hatch Gas Pool, standard open out of Rogue, and welcome one and all to Persephone, as we have a standard open out of SKillous as well. But Persephone does have a shorter rush distance by ground, much more direct as well. So if we were to be more aggressive, more assertive early on, that is going to be favored here. What I'm getting at is that I do not expect to see a Muta play again out of Rogue. Likewise, we may be seeing another all-in out of Rogue instead, just like what we saw in Game 1, going not necessarily for the exact same all-in, going for a German taxi, but we could see a Ling Queen walk across the map. We could see a Ling Hydra base all-in, or just Ling Roach, and just send it across the map. We'll see. Our eyes are on Rogue. We go. As behind this, SKillous does open up again in a standard manner. I did force the unnatural natural. Outside of that, everything's still looking standard from our players. We're keeping an eye on once again the Twilight Council timing of SKillous. I would not be opposed to see him go for the early Twilight Council again, and this time actually commit into Glaives. And with that out for Game 3, but we'll see. We shall see. SKillous does pick in. So we do have the Stargate on the way. Stargate from SKillous. To the Oracle into the third. We have seen SKillous have mixed success with his Adept Harass, so we'll see what he can get done. At most, we've seen him get 3 drone kills. At worst, we've seen him lose a third base because of it. So it has to be careful. From here, we do have extra Lings on the way. Once again, double Adept towards the bases. Double Adept towards the main. Once again, 1-2 drone kills, not bad. Zerglings, they will lock this down. And we'll clean this up. I'd say a better trade for Rogue, as only 2 workers did fall, and now it's counterattack time. Now the Lings move out to do what? To deny the third. Speaking of third bases on the way, Oracle does hit the main. Queen's in position. Oracle gets 1, gets 2, gets 3, gets 4. Ooh, being a little bit greedy, getting to 5 workers. Oracle does get away. At the same time, Lings, they do hit the third, and they will force a cancel. Again, Adepts were lost earlier, so nothing to defend. Oracle came out a couple of seconds too late. And again, SKillous just being a little bit too greedy here. Behind this, once again, Fast Twilight Council, Gateway Explosion. Now, every game so far, we've seen the exact same build here from SKillous going for the Fast Council into Fast Blink. Now, what I will say, once again, is that we can still work towards Glaives this time. It is a viable option. I like the idea of it just because we can open up Blink 2 games in a row, make it look like the same build, and then just hard switch into something more committed, something more aggressive. Otherwise, could just go Blink. And it could just be SKillous' go-to. Twilight Council is done. There it is, Glaives. Yeah, let's go. As we mentioned, like, this is what I would have wanted to see here in Game 3, is it looks like the same build 3 games in a row, but, of course, Game 1 and Game 2, Blink. Game 3, Glaive Adepts instead. And is ideally luring Rogue into a false sense of security. Rogue ideally would believe that this is going to be a Blink-based opener instead. And skip Roaches. The hope is Rogue skips Roaches, and he is skipping Roaches, but he's going into a Bailey Nest. Okay, this is going to be an alternate way to deal with this. This is a little bit greedier here from Rogue, but still viable, still possible. Adepts get surrounded. Adepts are surrounded. SKillous does pull away. And we'll see if Rogue does whip in any defensive and safety Banelings. We'll see if he scouts the Adept move out. Adepts are amassing. They're building up. Just warping in more Adepts. Oh! Ooh, Lings, they don't quite confirm yet. Yeah, Lings are not aware. But the Bailey Nest is done. And we do see Adepts that trying to hide themselves. I think it's scouted. Yeah, this is Zergling in position. Does scout, does confirm, and now we should be seeing Bailings. There they are. Bailings are on the way, and this is a way to shut this down. So keen eyes there out of Rogue. He scouts the move out. He's aware what's going on. Adepts have arrived, and can he focus on the Bailings? Oh, not quite. Yeah, not quite. Bailings, they finish, and with that, SKillous is being shut down. He might still commit in. Yeah, does commit. Does commit to Shade. Bailings, they crash in. Nice splits. Yeah, nice splits here by SKillous. Does avoid most of the Bailings. Shades into the mid-range. Drones are still going to be going down. The Bailing connections, they were not good enough. Shades into the main. At the same time, Rogue goes to the counterattack. There are some defensive back at home. Yeah, the Oracles race back. They will clean up these Zerglings. And it looks like SKillous, he's done it. He has done it. The Adepts, they popped off. Whew. I was concerned about the Bailings, and they did get some connections, and Rogue did scout this. But too late. Too little too late. And Rogue is down to 20 drones. 20 workers left. Barely an economy. And SKillous, he's done it. SKillous, he just nobles out of control. No saturation here at the third base. Nothing at the fourth. Likewise, half saturation in the main. And only one base kind of saturated here. Rogue, he's limping along. And Rogue is all in. Rogue is completely all in. There's no coming back from this. Storm is not ready. but we have oracles. Yeah, the oracles are in position. The Lings, they just get, oh god, they just get annihilated by the oracles. No NG overcharge, boys are being pulled. Still a shaky defense here. But the shield body does complete. And SKillous does it. SKillous, he has done it. Key defense back at home. We do see Queen, I mean, again, we're all in. Oh, gets an oracle, not bad. One oracle goes down. We have cannons, shield batteries on the way. Lings, they're picking once again. Poke in. Lings, they do dive into the mineral line. Bailey's walling in as well. GG gets called as again Rogi's out of steam, out of money, out of everything, and SKillous, he will take the series 2-1, advancing on to the quarterfinals. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Again, SKillous for game 3 finally whipped out the Glaive Adepts. We were waiting for it. We were expecting it in game 1 and game 2, but last we got it in game 3, and that is where SKillous was able to just catch Rogue off guard. Rogue, he did scout the move out. He did have Banelings ready, but the splits were good enough. The Baneling connections were not good enough, and with that, it did snowball out of control. GG, well played. Congratulations. SKillous, he will advance on to the next round to face off against the winner of Solar and Young Yakov. We go. So Solar and Yakov, they're facing off as we speak. As as we do have some updates, may as well get into it here. Exclamation mark B in the chat to have a look at the back yourselves. Let's catch up on what has been going on.